What is going on, my raw vegans and fruitarians and vegans? Today is actually day two of eating fully raw. And I gotta say, I feel different for sure. There's no denying it. It's undeniable. And for the people watching, thinking, what do you mean day two? I thought you're always raw. No, I've made many videos of me eating cooked food. You can scroll down through all my YouTube videos. For the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, I've incorporated some cooked foods into my diet. Usually eat them around dinner time. But past 2 days, fully raw. And I go fully raw from time to time. Some weeks I'll go off raw, whatever, but all fully raw. But past 2 days, fully raw. Clean, like 2-3 ingredients. Yesterday was watermelon and oranges, and today was just oranges. Yesterday I maybe had some celery too or something, but that was it. I feel amazing. I feel great. And I think it's a human tendency to, when something happens, we're like, oh, why is that? So here I am making a video about why I think it is that I'm raw past couple days. I eat what I want, how I feel. And generally I eat fruit all day long, and then at dinner time I have some cooked food. But the past 2 days have been really hot here. Like really, really hot. Like sun all day. Sun comes up there like freaking 5 a.m. It's up there all day, and then about like 5 p.m. it's like over there. It's hot. I'm getting tons of sun, and as I'm sitting in the sun, I'm like, the last thing I want is cooked food. The last thing I want is cooked food. So I just eat oranges, and the next meal I'm like, whoa, what should I eat? Well, I only feel like eating oranges. And the next meal I'm like, what do I want? I only feel like eating oranges. So today's been all oranges. And there's no desire for cooked food. It's just gone. So I think we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow might be like a rainy, cloudy day or something. We'll see. But I think if you're living in the tropics, like it's definitely a lot easier to be fully raw. Or at least somewhere where it's sunny, like Hawaii or California, Florida, Mexico. Somewhere where it's actually sunny, I think it's easier to be raw just because it's hotter. Either just because it's hotter and you don't want that cooked food heat, or just because you're getting like nourishment from the sun, and so you don't need to try and get that nourishment from cooked foods. I'm not quite sure what the heck it is. I'm being honest. I'm just thinking out loud right now. But point is, past 2 days have been the sunniest day of the entire year, and they've been the 2 days where it's been the most effortless to be fully raw. So that's that. And today I went in there to the kitchen. I was like, oh, maybe I could make some cooked food. So I chopped up a bunch of stuff, and then I'm like, I don't want that. I just want some more oranges. So I even like got started prepping the cooked food, and I'm like, it's work to make cooked food. People think raw is hard. Like effort-wise, when it comes to prep, raw food is effortless. It's already prepped. Nature preps it. It grows it for you. It's okay. It's ready to go. When you're eating a high-quality fruit-based diet, it's ready to go. There's no prep. Cooked food, there's prep. Cooked food, you gotta clean it, chop it, preheat it, heat it, let it cool down, then clean the freaking dishes. Like with raw food, there's no dishes. If there's dishes, this is rinsing. There's no cooking, there's no preheating, there's no waiting for it to cool down, there's no burning your tongue. Like raw food is just effortless, man. It's the lazy man's way. You just grab some oranges, you eat it. Grab some bananas, eat it. Grab some watermelon, eat it. Like it's done. So, yeah, feeling great today. What have I noticed? Well, I've noticed there's absolutely zero dip in energy in the evening time. Like usually after cooked food dinner, there's that dip, there's that sedation that happens. With raw food, my energy right now is the same as it's been all day. My energy now is the same as it's been all day. There's been no dip in energy. And I'm usually in bed by now. Like I'm usually tired. I'm ready to go to bed right now, but I'm up. So I know for a fact, like an objective fact, to see your feeling, an objective fact is when I eat cooked food, I do sleep more. The body needs more time to recover. And I first noticed this phenomenon actually in that building right there. My sister was fully raw for 2 weeks with me one summer. And we were sleeping in that little bunk place together. And we went to bed at the same time together, and we wake up at the same time together. 2 separate bunks. She's my sister. And then she started eating some cooked food again. I remember feeling really upset and kind of like disgusted by how she started eating cooked food again. I was like, oh my God, like you were doing so well on raw, now you're back to cooked food. Like, how dare you, right? So she goes back to cooked food, and then she's no longer waking up the same time as me. We'd go to bed at the same time every night, but now she'd wake up an hour later. And I'm like, yo, do you realize you're sleeping an extra hour because of this diet they're eating, this cooked food? And she's like, yeah, I know, it's crazy, huh? So it happened to her, it happens to me. So on a raw food diet, you get more life out of yourself. You get more life, you get more wakefulness. You're awake for at least, even if it's an hour a day. You times an hour by a year, that's 365 hours. I don't know how many 40-hour work weeks that is, but it's a good amount. Maybe it's like nine 40-hour work weeks you get out of a year when you're fully raw, because you're sleeping an hour less per day effortlessly. That's got to be worth something, man. It's like, hey, who wants an extra 8 or 9 40-hour work weeks? All the hands go up. Like, not work weeks, but like 40 hours worth of time. That's a lot. I hope the math is right on that. So yeah, that's incredible if you think about it. And that's only 1 year, let alone a life. So if you eat fully raw, you're awake way more, and dreams are much more vivid on a raw vegan diet. Dreams are much more vivid because there's no sedation. Your brain is like free to function while you're sleeping. And meditation is so much sharper. Meditation is so much clearer on a raw vegan diet. It's amazing. Like, it's no wonder Freely just went back to eating fully raw in Ecuador. Props to her. Like, the benefits of fully raw, oh my God. And like, so I was fully raw for 10 years. And the benefits, you kind of just get used to them. It's kind of just like the way it is. And after 10 years, so I guess I forgot all the benefits. You can understand them intellectually, but to experience them again, it's different. So now that I'm off raw, off 100% raw, you get used to cooked food as well. But then you go back to raw and you're like, whoa, the benefits are crazy. Dropping body fat too, like effortlessly. Like my face is already thinner because I'm eating less calories too. Like, you can eat less calories effortlessly. Like I can't binge on oranges. I can't hurt myself on oranges. I can't overeat on oranges. Once I eat enough, I've had enough. I can't eat anymore. Like, and here's the other interesting thing about eating oranges, just oranges. They taste really good at the start of the meal, and they continue to taste good the entire meal. And the very last orange I eat, it tastes just as good as the first orange. I just stop eating it because I'm full. I'm good. I'm satisfied. Like, I'm quenched. My hunger's been quenched. Is that even a phrase, term? So, like, whereas with cooked food, like, it's not the same. After cooked food, it's not even tasting that great. You're just eating it to finish it, shoveling it in. But with raw food, with fresh fruit, like good high quality fruit, it tastes the last orange tastes just as good as the first orange. And you just stop eating because you're simply satisfied. But then you get up and you have all this energy and you can run and you can lift weights and you can like do stuff. Like, after cooked food, you have to chill, man. You gotta, whoa, chill. You can't go and exercise. But after oranges, man, I'm exercising throughout the whole day now. Lifting weights, doing push-ups, doing squats, running up the hill, like energy throughout the day. It's insane. So big proponent of a raw food diet. Is the reason I lasted 10 years on it. Will I ever go back to being fully raw? There's definitely a chance. These benefits are undeniable. And yeah, dude, cooked food is addictive. Let's just put it that way. It's definitely addictive, but it's also really freaking convenient. It's definitely really convenient. Like, I understand both sides. Cooked food is so much more convenient in the sense that you can just buy a bunch, stock up, not have to worry about food. Whereas with raw food, the upkeep is quite high. So, I hired a chef in the past to make me a bunch of cooked food, but maybe I should just hire a full-time fruit picker. If you want to be a full-time fruit picker and just pick all my fruit, go grocery shopping for me, and pick out all the highest quality fruit for me, maybe I'll hire you. Post in the comments down below, type fruit picker if you want me to hire you as my fruit picker, my fruit shopper. I need the best stuff, man. I just need the best stuff. And then maybe it also has to do with the weather, because even sometimes when I do have the best stuff, I still want some cooked food because the weather's like really crummy and cold, and I just want to get all cozy with a nice squash or something, right? So maybe I gotta move. Maybe I gotta move. Maybe I gotta move to Canada and go back to being fully raw. We'll see. I'm open to it, man. I'm open to it. I was reflecting today hardcore, putting together a new webinar. And if you want to see my really old webinar, the one that's actually responsible for having helped me, the one that's like pretty much responsible, like fully responsible for helping me make $1 million, link is in the description. But my new webinar I'm putting together, I'm like really trying to focus on the lifestyle benefits of having your own business, right? And so I was going through and creating a bunch of slides about like how, like my favorite parts about my life. And I realized that my favorite parts about my life are like, my favorite parts of my life, the best time of my life ever, I look back on now, it's like the best time of my life ever, every single year, is when I'm at Woodstock Fruit Fest, or any fruit fest for that matter, hanging around a bunch of friends eating fruit. Like that's like my favorite thing ever, just hanging around friends eating fruit. That's it, friends and fruit. Friends, fruit, and fitness, you're good. Friends, fruit, and fitness, and some fresh air, and some good weather, like, oh my God, it's the best. You throw some good weather into that mix of fresh fruit, friends, and fitness, my God, it's the best. It's the best. Everyone's high on fruit, everyone's loving life, everyone's loving each other. It's so awesome, man. So awesome. So life's a lot can change in life in a very short period of time, and right now I'm 30, and people in the comments are like, oh my God, you look 50. Some haters say that, but yeah, 30 now. I have so much more life left to live. If you're 30, if you're 40, if you're 50, you have so much more life left to live. Let's say we live to be 100. Let's just say we live to be 100. We'll probably be we'll live longer than that, but let's just say 100. What's crazy about that? Like, hey, I'm 30 now, right? If you're 30, check this out. The first 20 years of your life or at least the first 18 years of your life were probably lived on complete and utter autopilot. You just pinging around like a pinball in a pinball machine, just bing, 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 because your parents told you what to do, your grandparents told you what to do, your teachers told you what to do, society told you what to do. You didn't really make any choices for yourself. Most people start making choices for themselves around the age 18, 19, 20. And for me, that's when I became vegan. That's when I became raw vegan. That's when I started getting into business, entrepreneurship, and just really trying to crush it with my own thing. So, like, the first 20 years of my life, they don't even really kind of count. I mean, they formed a foundation, sure. They formed a foundation, but looking back, like, all my regrets in life happened in those first 18 years of life. All the stupid things I did first 18 years of my life. The past 10, 12 years, like, I've been pretty much in control. I've been, creating my reality deliberately. And so I'm only like a 12-year-old if you think about it. If I think about it, like, I'm only a 12-year-old. And so by the time I'm 50, which is 20 years from now, like, I already have a good foundation now of the past 12 years. Like, the next 20 years are going to be nuts. The next 20 years are going to be freaking awesome. Because I know what I know now. And I'm like so much more, as they say, woke than I was before. And I'm only going to get more woke. It's going to be awesome. Like, I didn't know how to make money before. I know how to make a lot of money now. I didn't know how to build muscle before. I know how to build a lot of muscle now. I didn't know how to meditate before. I know how to meditate now. I didn't know about cold therapy. I know about cold therapy now. I didn't know about breath work before. I know about breath work now. Like, there was no fruit festivals before. There's fruit festivals now. Like, life's going to be so good the next 20 years. Super stoked. That's just till I'm 50. Like, if I have another 50 years after that, like, oh my God, that's going to be nuts. And there's so many inspiring people in my life, online that I watch, that are over the age of 50, and they're so inspiring. So many great authors have written down, like, their best books in their 50s. Like, if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s right now, you still got a lot of life left to live. A lot of life, especially if you're vegan, you're raw vegan, you're fruitarian, you're good. So, anywho, that's it for this video. was actually not going to make a video today. I was just going to upload a really old video that I had, but I'm like, nah, let's just make a video. So here we are. Hope you found it helpful, and hope to see you in a future video. All right, ciao for now, much love, adios. If you again want to see the webinar that helped me make $1 million, link is in the description. New webinar is coming soon. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be super good. A lot of durian shout outs and fruit talk. All right, that's it for now. Peace, peace, much love. Bye.